Hey everybody, it's Retro Handhelds 24. I'm just making a follow-up video from yesterday. Um, so I was able to take this thing apart. Um, I did not figure out, I did not figure out the antenna problem. I played with the antenna, I took it apart or unplugged it from the motherboard. I plugged it back in, I cleaned it with a little tiny bit of alcohol. I moved it around, because it was kind of like stuck over here on the back under the battery, so I gave it more slack. Maybe that was it. I made sure there was like no metal that was like blocking it from getting reception. Long story short, I was not able to fix the Wi-Fi. I still have to use my extender. It will connect to the Wi-Fi 6, but if I go into my front room again, it just doesn't register. So unfortunately, I was not able to figure that out, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do once I get the antenna from ANEO, because the Wi-Fi antenna is like at the bottom here, and it's like soldered to this part of the back. So I don't know how I'm going to replace that, or their plan is for me to replace that. I might just keep it as is. I mean, I took this thing apart 3 times yesterday, and it was god awful. I didn't damage anything. I got everything back correctly. I popped these things off right here. There's just adhesive and a little hole that it has a little thing to stick it in, but I mean, these things could pop off much easier now because I took it apart 3 times. I didn't break anything, thank God. I did put it back together, and then I noticed the fan wasn't working. I started freaking out. I was like, oh no. But I also found out that the most recent update, this is for anybody who has the Pocket DMG or the ANEO Evo, if you don't know, the most recent update from a couple days ago, like the fan will only turn on now, whatever level you put it at, if this GPU starts heating up. So if you just turn it to high, and I'll show you, or we'll do max. If I just turn it to max, nothing's coming out, because this isn't getting hot enough for this to turn on. So I ended up factory resetting it, because I didn't know that at the time, and the fan was working. I was like, oh, thank God I didn't have to replace the fan. And then I had to reinstall and everything, and still not completely set up, but for the most part I got it mostly set up. But there's a few things I did want to go over that I was able to do. So I did change the thermal pads. I took the thermal plate off, and it was the grease, and there was like a thin thermal pad that they had on there. I wouldn't say it was no more than 0.5. The original one, I guess they just put the grease, and it was like destroyed. Like I took it off the back, and I have pictures of it. I'll post those later on. But it was all like falling apart. Like it was all broken up. None of it was like together. So I replaced the thermal pad, and I did the 3D wildlife mark, and I did get better scores. And I did kind of fix the Wi-Fi a little bit, just from moving it around. I like in the office, I can use my Wi-Fi 6. For whatever reason, I have to be away from the router, and I was able to get 888 down. And as you can see in that screenshot, it's Wi-Fi 6. So that's okay. I mean, the Odin still gets well above that, but that's a lot better than 150. I took screenshots of all these tests. So when I first got the second device, I was at like 4100, and the lowest one I believe was 38 something. So I was able to increase the performance just ever so slightly. I'm sure this number would have been lower if I did the stress test before I took it apart, because of the decay of the grease, as well as the thermal pad was just destroyed. It was so thin, it was just falling apart. So that 1 millimeter will definitely last a lot longer, and it definitely did increase the performance. The stability even went up too. I think it was like 2% or 2.6%. It was at 89, now it's at 91. So that was cool. I was glad I was able to increase the performance. I did Geekbench 6 the GPU just to see, and yeah, it's standard. It's the 12. The CPU, it's like on par with the Gen 2. It's pretty much the same. The scores are very similar. So Odin 2 is still like, on par with this device. It's just the GPU can go higher, a lot higher actually, but I mean, it comes with a price with that heat. Was there anything else I wanted to show? No, I think that was it. But I wanted to show off some games too real quick. Oh, no, that's what I wanted to show off. Not so much the games. There is a new turnip driver. It's the Mess Up Turnip Driver 25.1 Revision 2. This I found out because I had to reinstall everything. I came across this today. Came out 2 days ago. So that's why I wanted to test out some games, see if there's any difference. Probably not, because it's, not in the GitHub link. It's not much has changed. It just improved a little bit. And again, I'm not going to try to show off any Nintendo games. And I had Resident Evil 6 saved to a point where I can show off performance, but I have to start all over, so I don't know if I want to do that. So we'll do this one. And this one you have to have something turned on. I found out online. So yeah, these are my settings. I put them back. I don't know if it's going to work with these settings. The 1440p and all that, and 2x. I am going to test out that new driver, but there was something else that needs to be turned on. Oh, it's in graphics. So I hear with Shadow, this one you have to have this on, the reflective fleshing. I'm not sure why, but it helps with the graphics. So let's boot it up and see what happens. And I think I mapped the controls, so this should work out just fine. Oh, maybe not. Wait, hold on. Yeah. And I also put up, Citron has a feature too with the heat. So you could turn that on as well as strength for a second. Oh, there goes my puppies. Video coming soon of them. Let me turn it up. Alright, so starts down here. And before I should have put this in max mode. Alright, so theoretically, once this starts getting higher, the fan will just kick on automatically. Which is kind of nice. It freaked me out though. Is this like, the buttons are over here? Yeah. So this game is great for testing Switch performance because it's the large size game. It's like 15 gigs, if not more. And then it's very demanding. So yeah, right away it crashed. So let's try it again, but let's turn down the settings. Maybe that will help. Alright, so let's turn that down to 1. We'll do that little tricky trick thing with the filter. Not this. Now this can be auto, and then this can stay there. I always forget where it is. It's this one. We'll do the super resolution. Alright, and we'll see if we can, you know what, why not, let's just push it. So typically, since it's not in dock mode, I'm going to turn on this one, the Adreno Maximum. I mean, we'll see. It's cool that we get a lot of games at 1440p without turning that on. And as you can see, dock mode's off. Alright, now let's start it. It might work better because it's in max mode starting versus turning on max mode while it's going. It's kind of sucks that you have to go in and out. Can't just change on the fly. All right, let's see. Nope. That is unfortunate. If I don't get it started this time, I'll have to play with the settings again. It could be the new driver, which kind of blows because the last one was so good. Oh, you hear it? The fan kicked on. Hooray. Nope. Well, I don't have the other drivers installed on this, so unfortunately I won't be able to show any gameplay with that game. I'd figured because it's the new driver though, it would improve performance, not necessarily make it less compatible. I already showed Samurai Jack. Xeno Universe. Maybe we could do this one. Now granted, the settings should reflect what I have it at before, which is the 1440p and all that, yeah. So, it could be just the Shadow game. If this is the case, I'm gonna go back to get the one version that's older. I don't know how fast it's going to take to actually get to gameplay, but maybe we can skip scenes. Oh yeah, thank God. Alright, see, this is what I'm talking about. Granted, this is a PSP game, just redone.
Activating combat mode.
Oh God. Oh, triangles. It's Xbox style, so it's all different. I mean, 30 frames per second, not bad. Okay, yep, sounds good. And usually, when I have it on max mode, I'm going to customize the setting to have just the fan on high. It does not need to be on max. So again, it's a jet engine. But I still love the Evo so much, I don't want to give up on this thing.
I'll make first in no time.
Go up the stairs at the end of the platform.
But you see, temps already at 82.4. Woohoo! So many.
Activating combat mode.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do this, but I'm not gonna pay attention. Okay, how do you dodge? Okay, there you go. Oh, that's healing. Damn it. I mean, it's playing pretty good. It's pretty consistent. I wouldn't say this is really dropping anything. just these pop-up screens keep coming. I gotta play with that driver. I will show off a video of Shadow because I had that thing going really good on the Evo. And excuse me, I don't know how to play this game. This was another one that I purchased. Like, I'll get to it when I get to it. And then I beat Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS5, and then I was like, oh yeah, I want to play this. And then I got the that's enough. Then I got the remake. Or not the remake, the Rebirth, and I've been playing that, so I have yet to play that one. But yeah, that was it. I just wanted to show off what I did. I did change the thermal pads, and it did increase performance. That is a new driver. I gotta figure out what the deal is with Sonic Shadow, because that game was really difficult to run, and I had it running pretty good on the Evo. But again, it could be the driver. I'll have to download the other drivers I had on here. I really don't want to do that. I was just hoping to just keep one and keep it moving forward. But if you made it this far, again, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great one. Take care.